What up, y'all? It's your man ES the Herman Star back again with another video. Hopefully this one saves because I seen a little glitch in here. But this is the the tarot forecast for the sign of Cancer for the week of June 30th to July 6th. We are in Cancer season. So first of all, happy birthday, happy belated birthdays, any Cancer birthdays that passed. If you have an upcoming birthday coming up during Cancer season, you are eligible for the free personal read this season. So if that's something you would like from me, please shoot me an email. Feel free to do so. And yeah, we'll get to communicating on, whether you want video, text form, all that stuff. They're both free for you. So do what it do with that. All right. Once again, this is for the week of June 30th to July 6th. Yeah, take it as it resonates, relieve the rest. I don't know what that look. Them kids outside, doing kids things. That sounded like a growl, but we're going to continue. We are going to continue. I am seeing very interesting cards for you. So yeah, we start with the Knight of Wands. Now, I just read for Leo. You might have Leo in your chart. They got this as well. It wasn't their first card, but nonetheless, they got it. So that's why I'm saying you might have Leo in your chart. But this is someone who is fearless, someone who is charming, adventurous as well. And, kind of like with Leo, honestly, I'm seeing like forward movement. I'm seeing that there is definitely more so with you. There's some turbulence here, but honestly, like, I do like the energy I do like the cards that are here. I do like the energy that you're in for this week. I do like the message at the very least. At the end of the day, it's up to you whether you want to move forward with this energy or not. But I do like, the message. We'll get into the rest. But, your next card is the Six of Wands, another Wands card. So recognition, triumph, validation. This is you getting pretty much that shine, getting recognized for something that you're doing. Maybe it's whatever adventures you were up to with the Knight of Wands, right? It could be the charm, right? This is the card of charm as well, right? So you may have like been charming enough and you're getting noticed for that, right? But it does seem like the high a bit doesn't last long, or seems that way, right? Like your moment of stardom is what they say, 15 seconds of fame. Yeah, that's the same. It does seem that way. I'm saying that because you have the Moon card and then a couple cards that come right after the Moon card. But this is unknown. So, just complex energy, like just not knowing what is next, not knowing. I think it's more so you not knowing what. I feel like the attention you were getting with that Six of Wands, whatever you got attention for, I feel like you didn't know how to, for lack of a better word, handle it. You didn't know how to respond to it. I feel like Cancer, or I'm speaking to a Cancer who is used to being the one who you're used to being one of these people here. You're not used to being on the horse. You're used to being one of these people. You're used to validating others. You're used to cheering on others, right? That's good for you, because I know a Cancer who don't be cheering. You know what? Let me not. But let's stick to you. All right? Let me not bring their energy into this one, even though they're the same side. But you're used to being the cheerleader. And now it's you know that it was your turn to be the one applauded. It's kind of like you didn't know how to respond to that. And I don't think like a part of you is like, this feels weird to be acknowledged, and instead of the one acknowledging somebody else, you know. And that's where that moon shows up, where it's like you don't know how to feel. I don't think you feel bad about it being the one who is getting the attention, but you also don't feel as good as one would if they were being praised. And again, I go back to, because you're so used to the one praising somebody, now it's your turn to receive the praise. You have to understand though, when I was doing the Cancer sun readings, a part of the message with that a couple weeks ago, and go watch those videos if you haven't, but a part of those readings, part of that message was being able to receive just as much as you give. So I want to remind you of that. I want to remind you that it's time. It's you have to be able to receive just as much as you give. You can't make your total identity be the giver, because you miss out on moments like this. You miss out on moments like this where it's your turn to receive the recognition, and then that's why you end up with, you know, in the phase of like the moon phase, where it's like, I don't know how to feel about this. I don't know. Like I don't like feel bad, but I don't feel good either, because I'm just not used to it, or whatever the case is. If that's it, that's it. You know, we all. There are times where we experience things and it's the first time, or it's just an experience we don't necessarily receive a lot. We don't experience a lot, so you know, that confusion of, how do I even deal with this moment? How do I react to a moment like this? I get that. That does not mean you don't deserve it though. Simply because, let's just say you know, you're someone who doesn't necessarily get praised. I mean, it fits with this situation here. You don't get praised for just being you. You don't get praised a lot. And then when people start to praise you, or you start to get that praise, whether it's from the people in your life or whatever, you're like, yeah, I'd rather be the one praising folks. Why? What's wrong with being praised? It's because you're so used to be the one. Again, you're so used to being one of these people in the background, cheering on other people. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be that. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to be that. But the Six of Wands is the person being celebrated. It's not them celebrating somebody else. It's them being celebrated. And that's a good thing. You should want to be celebrated. So again, think back to the Cancer sun readings I was doing when Cancer season first started. I know we're still in like the early stages, but you know, when Cancer season first started, think back to we're probably like at mid, time is moving fast, so we're probably in the middle. But when the seasons just started for you, think back to the messages I was saying. And again, one of the message was you have to be able to receive just as much as you give. All right. Your next card is the Four of Swords in reverse. This is burnout. This is restlessness as well. This is where, like I was saying earlier, excuse me, like things take a weird tumble. Like again, with that whole 15 seconds are up. I don't think it's because you've been canceled per se, or at least you haven't been. Your 15 seconds are up because people stopped caring about you. You're a one-hit wonder of some sort. I think you, again, because you're so used to being the one praising other folks, you stopped yourself from being able to receive the shine. But where that restlessness comes from and that burnout, I think it's more so mental rather than the physical burnout. Because I see you working to, I don't want to say get, I don't have my water with me right now, but you know what I'm saying? I'm going to need to get my water now, but excuse me. But again, that Four of Swords, this is mental burnout. I think that you, Cancer, doing it, doing this thing again, doing a toxic Cancer thing, where you will do something to yourself and then blame other people for doing it. When it's like, when you really, really take the time to look, it's you doing it to yourself. You took yourself out of the limelight per se. Let's just say that, right? And just for ish and giggles, what's at the bottom of the deck? Because I was thinking it was going to be the Star, to be honest with you. But it's the Tower in reverse. We'll get to that last and how that all is related to this. Honestly, it's you're stalling, or we can just get to it now. The Tower in reverse is you stalling something that needs to change. You need to change this aspect about yourself, this mindset that you don't deserve to be praised. Yes, again, it might be a new experience for you, but it's a new experience that is meant to last. It's meant to bring some great changes in your life, as the Tower does when everything falls. It's supposed to happen. It's a new experience for a reason. It's supposed to bring on a more so newer you, meaning the you who accepts praise, the you who receives just as much as you give. The old you is out. But with this, again, this is showing that, like, I feel like, a part of you, I know it seems I'm going all over the place, but these downloads are coming. A part of you wants the new you. But again, the old you, because you've been living for, that way for all of your life, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's hard for you to shake. So this Four of Swords in reverse is the new you saying, how come nobody is praising me? I deserve it. How come people stopped praising me? What happened? Well, Cancer, what happened was, I feel like you took yourself out of the limelight to be praised. If this is a work situation, right, and you were getting acknowledged at work for doing something great, and again, this is a new experience for you. I'm giving this as an example. If it fits, if it fits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But take the example and not make it fit, but if it fits in some other area in your life that I didn't say as an example, that's pretty much what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you getting praised and acknowledged at work, right? And again, this is a brand new experience for you. You've never been one to, at work or whatever in life, been the one to get acknowledged for something. You've been the one clapping for other people, the employee of the month, or other people who for achieving things, right? And since that acknowledgement happened, you're like, you haven't really been performing well. Not that you got cocky, and you was like, well, I don't really need to work as hard anymore. It was more so a fear, I'm gonna say it, a fear like of success, a fear of being received, a fear of receiving, let me just say that, right? And a fear of being seen. So you don't slack off, but you kind of just do the bare minimum. The same bare minimum that the other people who are just doing the bare minimum are doing, so you don't outshine them. First of all, I don't see, and if there is a conflict to where, because your next card is the Seven of Wands here, if there is a situation to where the reason as to why you may have taken a step back, or you've lowered your work ethic, your standard, whatever the case is because you got people who again feel like they deserve more, or you whatever are saying to you like, oh, Cancer, you think you better than us? Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? They come over there with that negativity, beat them with your stick. Figuratively speaking, I not promoting violence here, but like, just do you. Keep working, keep grinding. You know? The Eight of Pentacles right here. This is someone who is mastering something. So it's like I was saying, like, it's good to see this energy here. And I do like that I like seeing this card in general in this position, because this is the card where people are fighting back and persevering. And anyone know anything about me? I'm all about fighting back. But yeah. But yeah, in all seriousness, like, I do like there is a bounce back of, I'm going to put in the work, and hopefully when you get acknowledged for said work, you're not shying away from receiving praise. Simply because, again, you might be someone who is used to praising others. Okay? Once again, receive just as much as you give. Alright? It's your birthday season. Why not? But that was what I have for the tarot. If you got anything of value from this video thus far, please hit that like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you like a personal read, free birthday read for you, once again, shoot me an email. This is for upcoming birthdays. So if you are a Cancer and your birthday just passed, happy belated, but you won't be eligible for the free. But I do these every year, so God willing, we're still around. God willing, I didn't give up on doing reads on YouTube, but God willing, we're all still here. You are able to receive a free read the next year and going forward, for as long as we're still around. All right. So your card is Eclipse of Concealment. Interesting name. Let's see what it's about. Navigate through the eclipse of concealment, understanding the cyclical nature of hidden phases awaiting revelations. I think about the moon card here. Like, you really don't know, and especially with eclipses. I mean, hello. How do you think eclipses happen? I mean, they happen with the sun, but you know what I'm saying? Like, sun, moon, whatever with the case is, right? But no, for real, like, I'm thinking about that moon card, really, and it's like, there's a lot of unknown that's going to happen now that you've evolved. There's a lot of things you're not going to know about whatever. And I think a part of you really likes that predictability, you know what I'm saying? And that's where your comfort zone is. Again, what's predictable is you being able to praise others. That's predictable, you know? But what's not predictable is now you being, again, the man or the woman or the person on the horse receiving the praise. That's not predictable to you, because you don't know how to handle that, because you're not used to being in that position. But guess what? Just because, again, you're not used to being in this position doesn't mean you don't deserve to be there. And I don't mean you should get your ass off that horse. No, you stay on. You go through as uncomfortable as it may be, as uncomfortable and confusing as it may be, because you simply don't know what is next. Stay on that horse. It's gonna be, what's coming right afterwards. It's meant for you, and you're gonna more is gonna be revealed. You know, so that's what I have for you today. If you got anything of value from this reading, please hit that like, comment, share, and subscribe. Once again, you are eligible for the free birthday read. So if you have a birthday coming up, Cancer, this it's your time to get a free personal read once again. And if your birthday had already passed and you're a Cancer, you're not. It's only for upcoming ones. I make this announcement every single time I get the chance, so I don't feel as though people should not know. But I'm, whatever the case is. But God willing, we are all here next year. You are eligible to get a free read next year, because this is not something I'm just doing for this year. This is something I plan on doing for as long as I read tarot. All right, so yeah, that's what I have for you today. Thank you for trusting me for being your intuitive reader for today, or at least one of your intuitive readers for today. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, until next video, you see me when you see me. Take care.